Hello everyone, my name is Jason Arden, and for those of you that don't know me, I'm the main photographer for 570 Sports. And today, September 16th, marks a huge day in my life. It's the 1 year anniversary of me working with Irving. And I gotta say, in this past year has been quite the ride, and I've enjoyed many moments, had lots of stressful moments. Today I wanted to take a look back, tell some interesting stories, and just recall some memories of working with Irving in 570 Sports. It's been a good time. So, in the past year I've progressed so much. Before I started working with Irving, I wouldn't even really call myself a photographer. I was more of just an enthusiast guy with a camera. I was taking pictures of my little brother playing baseball, and that's kind of how it all got started. My uncle bought me a camera for my birthday. I started taking pictures, and I was somewhat interested. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. And photography never really was the big thing for me. I was more into making videos, but I had the camera, so I said, why not? And as I was taking pictures of my brother, I started getting more interested in, the whole process of the photography, all the settings and whatnot. And my stepmother, Bethany, went to school with this guy. You might know him. His name was Irving Blackwell. And she said, yeah, I know him. He's a friend of mine. And he has this company where he does this thing. And that was kind of enough for me to get interested. And she gave me his phone number. I gave him a call. And the first memory I have of Irving was him mistaking me for just Jason Bittenbender. And that was an interesting phone call. He picks up and he says, yeah, your two daughters playing basketball and whatnot. I was like, I don't have any daughters. What are you talking about? But from there, things got a lot better, of course. He hired me to take pictures of his Music Youth Center basketball league. I remember the first Wednesday I went, which was the 16th of September, and I had no idea what I was doing. I had never really been to a basketball game before. I was never a big basketball guy. So I walked in there like bright-eyed, wide-eyed, and I was like deer in headlights trying to figure out what I was doing. But I guess Irving saw the potential in me, and he said, yeah, come back on Friday. And after Friday, I started kind of getting my groove, and it became a thing. Every Wednesday and Friday, I was working with him, and it seemed like the longest days ever. It was 3 hours each, and now I look back at that, and I'm like, that was absolutely nothing. But I worked with him for, September through pretty much December. Every Wednesday and Friday, I was shooting his Music Youth League. And I was making decent purchases. I was starting to invest in better equipment because the lighting down there sucked, and I kind of enjoyed what I was doing down there, and I wanted to take it further to the next level. The first high school event that he sent me to, and I was completely honored, was October 10th. It was the Bell game, Scranton versus West Scranton. And being a Scranton guy myself, that was a huge deal because I'd always been up in the crowd, never been actually on the field. And that was just such an electric moment walking on there. I have my little camera and Chris Dolan's next to me with his huge camera, huge lens. It was like the most intimidating thing ever, but it was like a dream come true because I'd always been interested in that kind of art form. As I said, it was video, but photography opened that door so I can get there. And I was decent at the time. I was like, the pictures were like okay, they were all right, but Irving was seeing the improvement, I was seeing the improvement, and it was becoming worthwhile to actually continue doing it. Because when I first started the youth league, I was just thinking to do like one or two. I was going to go do a few games and then say, all right, thanks for the experience, and then go do my own thing. But I was starting to see something was picking up, and then I decided to invest in the 7200 2.8 by Canon, and that's where things got real. It was just after the new year, and Irving started sending me to high school basketball games. And at that point, it was just like pretty much done with the youth league because we were focused pretty much solely on high school basketball at that point. First game was Riverside. I forget who they're playing. I keep meaning to look it up. I think they were playing some team down like in Allentown area. They're like an hour away or something. And that was my first game, seeing Mike Rickert and Brandon Reed, that duo playing. It was great. And then we kept just moving on. Pretty much every day of the week we were doing different basketball games. It was insane. I was looking back and I was like, 2 days a week seemed like a lot to me. This is like 5, 6, sometimes 7 days a week. We were busting. All the energy we had was devoted into high school basketball for like 3 months straight. It was insane. And keep in mind, like I work on my own too. Like I'm a campus safety at Marywood. Most of you guys probably don't know that because I'm just a photographer. You know me for that. But like I have a full-time job as well. And I go to school at Lackawanna now. I'm gonna be transferring to Marywood soon. So the amount of time that I had to allocate for photography was getting tough. I had to find time to sleep, work, do all that stuff. But you know what? I found it, and it was totally worth it. From there, I went down to the Mohegan Sun Arena for all the district championships, and those were some crazy long days. It was insane. I'm pretty sure the middle day was like 12 hours or something. There was 6 games in one day we were covered. It was insane, but it was so worth it. The lighting down there was good, and the playing was fierce, and all the reactions at the end. I mean, as I said, being a Scranton guy, watching Scranton win the district championship, it was so good. And being there to capture those moments, I mean, there's no feeling like it. And I wouldn't have that if it wasn't for the 570 Sports Pass that I had at the time. That's what I'm saying. From there, we had spring sports come up, and I'm a big baseball guy, so I was enjoying going to baseball games and whatnot, but nothing was ever going to beat the track championships. AA, AAA was a big day for me. Man, all those reactions you get, all the hard races, London Montgomery, you get Christian Buckley who won the 100, and my favorite picture of all time, probably going to be my favorite for a very long time, is when Magic Mike McCann came back in the 2 mile. He's raising his hands, and you can see the kid behind him, I forget his name. He's like about to cry, and I feel bad for him, but that's photography. It's an art form. You know, my favorite picture, the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat, and it was all right in there in that picture. It was so great. And the summertime came, and we had some time off, and I really was able to appreciate it. And here we are. We're back in it. High school football started again. We got soccer, we got tennis, we got volleyball and basketball starting up again. And it's been a crazy year. And I have to give so much thanks to Irving Blackwell and the 570 sports community and you guys as well. I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for you guys. My uncle got me the camera. My parents have been supportive. I've had some really, really great coaches over the years when it comes to baseball and swimming and cross country even. But if I were to have to choose one person that's made the biggest impact on my life so far, it's got to be Irving Blackwell. He's helped me so much. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been pushed to go to as many games as I have. I would, as I said, I would have just kind of done a few games here and there and probably would have gone on to something else. I wouldn't be where I am as a photographer. I probably wouldn't even be a photographer if it wasn't for him. But now, I'm looking at photography as a career for the rest of my life. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have done that. I would have gone into video. I don't know what I would have been. But he's given me that opportunity. He's given me the sideline pass. He's pushed me to go to those games. And as I say with photography, it's all about experience. You could read a textbook as much as you want. You could get advice from other people as much as you want. But unless you go out and you get the experience, the hands-on, in-the-field experience, you're not going to be a good photographer. I'm sorry to say it. That's just my opinion. I would consider it a fact, but I'm saying an opinion just so no one gets butthurt or anything like that. It's just, you need to go out there and you need to put in the hours, you need to put in the work, and I wouldn't have done that if it wasn't for Irving. He pushed me. He made me go to those games, and I thank him for that. Because now here I am getting pictures that I feel like I could submit to the New York Times or whatever else. I could put into competitions, and I feel like I have a good shot at winning because of the work that I've put in, because of him motivating me. We talk about how a few weeks ago, Irving almost quit 570 Sports. He did. He shut it down for a whole day. And to me, that was just one of the most devastating things because not only has he impacted the community and all the kids and all the parents, but he's impacted my life personally. So I hate to make it a personal thing, but that hurt me. And in a selfish way, I was like, you can't shut it down because of me. Like, how am I gonna keep getting the experience? How am I gonna get out there? Like, it isn't the same without Irving. So very thankful that he's back into it. Very thankful that he decided to make the right choice, to push past everybody. Don't let the haters win, as they always say. thanks for you guys for supporting all my pictures. Like if it wasn't for the likes that you get and the shares and you guys actually enjoying the pictures I take, I wouldn't be as motivated. But because you guys love them so much, I have the motivation to go out there and get more pictures. That's just how it works. Thank you guys for watching 1 year with 570 Sports. We've gained thousands and thousands of followers. I'm hoping to gain thousands and thousands of more in the coming years. It's been a pleasure working with you guys. Cheers to more. Thanks, everybody. Peace out. Be cool.